Wanna see me add theming to the multi-launch coaster I started 2 episodes back, finishing it once and for all? Then this video is meant for you. This is Coaster Master, and I'll be seeing you on the other side. Hi friends, this is Coaster Master here. After 2 episodes of finishing the layout and this episode doing the theming, the multi-launch coaster that I started all those episodes back, it's gonna be done, and the headline attraction of the park, that's gonna be complete. It's gonna be full of theming, full of awesome airtime moments, inversions. I mean, if you couldn't pick up on it already, this multi-launch coaster is the headline attraction of the park. Yeah, big surprise here. But yeah, this is such a good coaster. I mean, for a Theme Park Tycoon 2 coaster. Of course, I've made much better coasters than Planet Coaster, but I think this is my best creation in Theme Park Tycoon 2. Just because the elements I made, they're really smooth, partially because I worked on them for 15 minutes each, but also because I now have a little more experience with this. So, this is great, and now this park is just one junior coaster away from being perfect and complete. Speaking of perfect and complete, the game Theme Park Tycoon 2 is broken in a way I haven't spoken of before. Sure, I have talked about how irritating the game passes can be, and I have touched on how the graphics are not really the best, but there's one thing I do not think I covered before, and that is, well, this game doesn't know how to tell the quality of a park. Because, I mean, we've both seen what my park looks like, and my park, it has theming, it has awesome attractions, it has enough food stalls, and it has a transportation ride in the works. And somehow we're still stuck at 3 stars, while parks much worse than these, with coasters with layouts that just make no sense, and trash all over the place. Yeah, my park doesn't have trash. That's also another thing. Yeah, parks that have trash all over the place, terrible coasters, and not a lot of attractions, not a lot of good food stalls, not a lot of bathrooms, and they somehow reach 4.5 stars and 4 stars, and yet I'm stuck here at 3 stars. So, can someone in the comment section explain why this is happening? Because I actually had a secret agenda of getting every achievement in Theme Park Tycoon 2 by the end of this series, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening considering I can't even get to 4.5 stars, forget 5 stars. I'm stuck at 3 and I just don't understand how. Okay, that's enough of me ranting about that. So I did get some achievements that the directions weren't given to. In fact, I got a couple of achievements off camera. One achievement that I got off camera was jailed. So all I did was block the exit to the park, and that's how I got the achievement jailed. It really wasn't all that difficult. But an achievement that was really hard to get was Mega Duck Invasion. So I had to put 100 mega ducks close to each other inside a pool. So I dug up a small pond at the end of the forest section of the spaghetti bowl section of the coaster, and the section that's near the inverted coaster. So off camera I did that, and I put 100 ducks close to each other, and I got the achievement. But then I thought, oh, this is a really good looking pond. If I could just smooth this pond out a little, then it could actually make a really nice viewpoint of the ride. So off camera, I added a lot of trees to complete the jungle, but also I added a nice pond slash lake, which can be seen from the viewpoint, which is under the inverted coaster, and it can be seen on the inverted coaster and the multi-launch coaster. So this is actually pretty awesome. Alright, I do not know what else I can talk about now. Yeah, the lake took about an hour to make just because the terrain editing tool in Theme Park Tycoon 2, it really isn't all that good. But it does the job and it doesn't look all that bad. And for those of you who are wondering when I'll get my next Planet Coaster episode out, well, it'll be out as soon as I finish this series. And this series is gonna end as soon as I reach episode 10. And episode 10 is gonna be a live tour of the park, so after that, my Planet Coaster series is gonna come back. And also, I'm thinking of getting episode 10 out before May ends. So, talking a bit about the theming that I'm doing, well, it's just making buildings mostly. And I did add some underground things like dungeons and stuff. And I added some public transport in this episode. So the public transport, it's actually underground, and in this episode I added 3 stops to the public transport. And this is, I think, the hardest underground digging that I have done in the game, because I had to make a whole monorail system underground, and it was just extremely difficult, to say the least, because I had to align everything just right, and it took me a lot of time, and I had to actually do a whole lot of calculations off camera just so that I could align these things properly. And actually, I made a calculation mistake initially, so I had to change everything, and then I had to rework the tunnel so that the monorail could fit. But once that was done, I made 2 stops. Then I thought of making a third stop right underneath the log flume ride. And I will be making a 4th stop next to the junior coaster, which I'm going to be building next episode. And again, there are only I think 2 or 3 more episodes left. I think there are only 2 episodes left in the whole series now. So there's just gonna be building and theming the junior coaster, and then there will be a live tour of the whole theme park. And that live tour will go on for an hour, I guess. So again, I'm thinking of doing the live tour before the end of May, hopefully before the second week of May, but I can't count on it because this video itself came. I mean, I'm recording right now on the 1st of May, but I can almost be certain that this video doesn't come out on the 1st of May, at least the 1st of May for India. But I think it should be out by the 2nd of May for sure, at least for India. So it may be the 1st of May in the US, but the 2nd of May in India. And yeah, back to the theming. To light up the interiors, I just used torches because I can't use modern lights for obvious reasons. It's a Roman theme park, and there were no lights. There were no LED lights. There weren't even normal light bulbs during the Roman times. So I added torches, and it looks good. I think the theming in this park is. I outdid myself with the theming in this park because my standards for doing theming are extremely low, and in my defense, that's because I grew up in theme parks like SL World, which have zero theming, apart from the occasional tree. It's like Six Flags, but even lesser theming, even lesser theming than your regional park. It's really little theming. I mean, the max that the park went with theming is, except for their dark ride, is with one cardboard cutout in the middle of the park that had nothing to do with any of the attractions. And I was just thinking, why? Why is that thing there? Why is there a random cardboard cutout in the middle of nowhere? So yeah, that's the only theming in the whole park. And also, This is, if you think that I'm saying that SL World is a bad park, no. It's an okay park a few with a few okay attractions and just very little theming. I think that the park needs a few more quality attractions. I mean, it does have a Huss rainbow and a top spin that hurts, a very painful top spin, a drop tower, and a couple of other decent attractions, but there isn't a lot of quality stuff. What you would consider a very low quality ride on in a Six Flags park, for example, that would be a medium to high quality ride in this park. So again, it's a regional park, so I understand why that's the case, but that's why this park can't have a lot of theming because, again, Indians don't go to theme parks that much, and a park wouldn't like to spend on theming when it can barely spend on rides. So there's that. Anyways, that's why I can't. That's why it's not really in my I can't say DNA, but it's not really in my programming to add theming. So doing theming like this on a park, especially in a game like Theme Park Tycoon 2, where there are so many restrictions on what you can and cannot build, I think I did a really good job by my standards for the theming. Of course, in the next park that I build in Theme Park Tycoon 2, I'll do better theming, but I can't say that for sure because again it's very hard for me to do theming. But again, I'll try my best, and hopefully if you aren't too bored with theming, I'll have longer episodes focused more on theming. Maybe that can work. So now I have successfully killed 10 minutes of the commentary time, and by my calculations I only have to do, I think, 2.5 minutes more of commentary. So let's go. Alright, what should I talk about? Well, with regards to all the theming I did, I added Roman buildings and I painted everything in concrete. I added the monorail, which I talked about. I added a little bit of theming inside the monorail as well, with a couple of jails, because the monorail, it's kind of like an underground jail. I gave it the name Roman Rail, but of course, I'm gonna give it a better name than that sooner or later, by which I mean next episode. And if you have any good ideas for a name, just let me know that in the comment section below. And well, I do not have a very good name for the multi-launch coaster, so give me a name for that in the comment section below as well. Now, I did come up with a temporary placeholder name. I mean, this is not exactly a placeholder name, but it's a temporary name. I gave it the name Zeus, and that's why I painted the part in the city yellow and the part inside the jungle green. Actually, I don't know why I painted it green inside the jungle. I think it was just to make it look, make it camouflage better. So I guess that's it, really. That I think that's it. Just give me a better name, something that can accommodate all of this, and hopefully that's a hopefully you give a name before I finish my next episode's recording. Hopefully. And also, I worked really hard on the outtakes of this video. So please just watch the outtakes, okay? Well, that's all I have for you today. This is Coaster Master signing out. And I'll see you next time on Let's Play Theme Park Tycoon 2, Part 8. Cue the outtakes.